Check this out. He broke all the fenders. Look at it. One.
This culprit decided to target a vehicle, but he had no idea that he was being watched. The man was stealing headlights from the VW.
It's so similar.
Unfortunately for him, the private security response had tracked him down and were now following the clown along the road.
I suspect it's them. This is Lima Hotel 72, Victor Tango. They're running for me.
Ja boys, ek chase die Polo 8, ek chase die Polo 8 in Eastland.
He finally realized that he was being followed and decided to make a run for it. But these responders were not about to watch this happen.
Bobby aanspoor rigting van Besie.
Staan order, ja.
Ja, update ons is storm voor ons vanaf.
Okay, order.
The man was now trying to escape by any means necessary, but the responding team was staying right on his tail, matching every maneuver he tried to pull off. These private security companies go above and beyond in trying to stop these criminals from causing havoc in the nation. Active private security officers have surged from about 50,000 in 2001 to 675,000 in 2024, a 1,250% increase, and nearly 4 times the South African police workforce. They often work hand in hand with the South African police in combating these crimes. The culprit was definitely an expert driver with some of the moves he pulled off straight out of an action movie. Fortunately, the responding driver was not to be outmatched.
Stegmanstraat rechts, Stegmanstraat rechts, Stegmanstraat rechts, gaan Jan Coetzee toe.
Kom van jou opspoed, mate.
Okay, Jan Coetzee rechts, ons gaan Stormvol toe. Die ouens ry kakroekeloos, ek kan hulle nie by hulle hou nie. Jan Coetzee rigting Stormvol.
Ja, ek stoot.
The relentless team stayed on his tail on every corner. He was now starting to really feel the pressure, as it was pretty evident there was no escaping these security officers.
Draai nou links in Stormvol, ons gaan Eastland toe. Ag, eerste rust.
These chases can be extremely dangerous for unsuspecting civilians due to the reckless driving by these culprits. On many occasions during this chase, the clown almost caused havoc on the road.
Alright, Storm. Stormvol, die by eerste rust, Stormvol by eerste rust. Stormvol by eerste rust. Hier by Asset alleen, ons gaan in eerste rust in. Asset alleen links.
They were now within the residential areas as the chase was coming closer and closer towards the end. The security personnel were preparing to take down the vehicle and end this debacle.
Victor Tango, ons is nog steeds nou in Danielstraat. Kijk, Karel Davies, ek is draai rechts en Hartse. Ok, weer rechts en Daniel, hy vat my in cirkels. Ja, ons praat, ek gaan by die Jan Coetzee. Ons is die eerste is Carl Davies. Eerste is Carl Davies rigting St. Joseph. Mark.
They finally made a mistake, and the officers took full advantage as they were waiting for any small chance to capitalize.
Nee, 8 in eerste rigting.
The culprits were stopped with the team from Pro Shield taking some damage, but they managed to end the chase successfully. The next clip begins with a vehicle coming to a stop on the road. The people inside had no idea what was about to follow, but they were definitely ready for it. Another vehicle suddenly approached, but the culprits ran straight into a trap. They were now running for their lives after one of them was caught by the men they were supposed to rob. He was now receiving some of the medicine he likes to dish out to innocent victims. They held the man for a while before the cops arrived and arrested the clown. On this scene, the culprits were beyond embarrassing. We first see two men approaching a home in South Africa. They looked unsure of what they were doing, but what they were about to pull off next was just hilarious. They kept arguing amongst themselves, as the first clown might have thought his counterpart was not committed to the heist. They finally decided to give it a try together and went straight into action. Moments later, the two fully grown men returned with a dustbin in their hands. They actually planned to steal a dustbin. These two were about to break in when they were surprised by a voice from the surveillance camera. This form of security is ideal in places mostly targeted by these culprits. They were now rushing to try and escape before the police arrived. These culprits had targeted this Ford Ranger, but they were now struggling to start the vehicle. This particular car had the Ghost anti-theft system, which requires authentication to start the vehicle. This type of tech is highly recommended in South Africa, mostly when one owns these highly sought-after vehicles. They continued to try, but it was now obvious they were being humbled here with each passing second. The people around the area enjoyed watching these clowns fail miserably. This man had been targeted by these culprits, but he decided to stand up for himself against all odds in this unfortunate situation. His kids were inside the car, while this commotion went on outside the vehicle.
What the fuck? Like, stop. Guys never cease to what the hell? Oh my gosh, I'm
The final clip is inside a jewelry store at Clearwater Mall in Roodepoort. The culprits decided to break in and stole all the valuables, but they had no idea what was coming next. The police had already been alerted on the incident, and this time they arrived in time, catching two of the clowns after a shootout.
Usihle uwatu nomqone awukabize futhi amagama. Okay. Masingasipana nje kahle sibalande sibuye nabo akuna nje. Bahlala phela abanye laba asingabathola. Angithi ama
guest house time la medropini abanye.
Edropini kuphi Hillbrow.
Code yeah, yakho here.
Ikhonkhodi konje ingakuphi mngani wami?
Uyabonga Ishmathi. Yabo police station Hillbrow.
Police station eHillbrow ya.
Yeah, kodwa ayingakhona. Police station lapho yona ngathi ayithatha kanjani. Lapho police station ithi imila imall yabo.
Okay.
Yeah, angithi ngizifuna ukuthi
Okay.
Members they are short, so they want to
Okay.
One day